Welcome to our YouTube channel A to Z Summary. Here is a detailed analysis and summary of the novel David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. Before proceeding further, I request you to please subscribe our channel and like the video. Also comment your favorite books and novel so that I can provide summary for it. Now let's start with the summary. The themes in the novel are: the characters in the novel are David Copperfield by Charles Dickens is a classic novel that follows the life of the main character, David, from childhood to adulthood. David faces various challenges and hardships throughout his life, including the loss of loved ones, mistreatment by his stepfather, and struggles with his own identity. The novel is known for its vivid and memorable characters, such as the eccentric Mr. Micawber and the cruel Mr. Murdstone. Dickens uses these characters to comment on the social issues of his time, including the harsh conditions of the working class and the importance of compassion and kindness. The story begins with David's birth at the Rookery, a gloomy inn. His father dies before he is born, leaving his mother, Clara Copperfield, a widow. Clara remarries a stern and cruel man named Mr. Murdstone. David's childhood is marked by the harsh treatment he receives from Mr. Murdstone and his sister, Jane Murdstone. He forms a close bond with his mother's maid, Peggotty, who becomes a source of comfort and care. David is sent away to boarding school, Salem House, where he befriends James Steerforth, a charismatic and popular student. However, life at Salem House is difficult, with strict rules and oppressive conditions. David's time at the school comes to an end when his mother dies, and Mr. Murdstone sends him to work in his factory. David's life takes a turn for the better when he escapes the factory and seeks refuge with his only known relative, his Aunt Betsy Trotwood. Aunt Betsy takes a liking to David and raises him as her own, providing him with an education and the opportunity to lead a more comfortable life. David attends Dr. Strong's school, where he befriends James Steerforth once again and meets the kind-hearted Tommy Traddles. He falls in love with Dora Spenlow, the daughter of one of Aunt Betsy's creditors, and eventually becomes an articled clerk in a proctor's office. However, his happiness is short-lived as Dora falls seriously ill and dies, leaving David heartbroken. Following Dora's death, David throws himself into his work, becoming a successful writer. He befriends the eccentric Mr. Micawber and his family, who face financial troubles throughout the story. David also encounters Agnes Wickfield, the daughter of his employer, Mr. Wickfield. Agnes becomes a close friend and confidant. David discovers the true nature of Uriah Heep, a cunning and deceitful clerk who manipulates Mr. Wickfield. Uriah's schemes are exposed, and David works to undo the damage he has caused. During this time, David realizes that his true love has always been Agnes. However, he hesitates to express his feelings. David achieves professional success as a writer and takes on more responsibilities. He reunites with Steerforth, who has become morally corrupt and causes harm to those around him. Traddles, in contrast, establishes himself as a successful lawyer, marrying his childhood sweetheart. Uriah Heep's villainous actions escalate, leading to a dramatic confrontation. With the help of Mr. Micawber and others, David exposes Uriah's crimes and secures justice. David finally confesses his love to Agnes, and they decide to marry. The novel concludes with a sense of resolution and happiness for the characters who have overcome adversity. Who is the main character in David Copperfield? The main character is David Copperfield, and the novel follows his life from childhood to adulthood. What is David's relationship with Mr. Murdstone? Mr. Murdstone is David's stepfather, and their relationship is strained and oppressive. Who are some of David's close friends in the novel? Some of David's close friends include James Steerforth and Tommy Traddles. What was David Copperfield's childhood like? David Copperfield's childhood was marked by both happiness and hardship. He was born into a loving family, but his father died when he was a young boy. After his father's death, David was sent to Salem House, a boarding school where he was mistreated by the headmaster, Mr. Creakle. What did David Copperfield do after he left Salem House? After leaving Salem House, David worked as a clerk in a warehouse and then as a lawyer's assistant. He also tried his hand at writing, but it was not until later in life that he achieved success as a novelist. What were some of the most important challenges that David Copperfield faced? David Copperfield faced many challenges throughout his life, including poverty, abuse, and heartbreak. However, he was able to overcome these challenges and find happiness in the end. What role does Peggotty play in David's life? Peggotty is a servant in the Copperfield household and later becomes a trusted friend and advisor to David. Who is Uriah Heep, and what is his significance in the story? Uriah Heep is a cunning and deceitful character who plays a major role in the later parts of the novel. How does the death of David's mother impact him? The death of David's mother has a profound and lasting effect on him, shaping many aspects of his character and life. What profession does David pursue as an adult? David becomes a successful and well-known author. Who is Mr. Micawber, and what is his role in the story? Mr. Micawber is a jovial and optimistic character who befriends David, and he plays a significant role throughout the novel. How does the character of Steerforth influence David's life? Steerforth, David's charismatic friend, has a significant impact on David's life, both positive and negative. What role does the law play in the novel, particularly with regard to Mr. Wickfield? Mr. Wickfield, a lawyer, faces personal and professional challenges, highlighting the complexities of the legal system. What is the overall message or moral lesson conveyed in David Copperfield? David Copperfield's story imparts the enduring message that despite life's trials and tribulations, resilience, compassion, and perseverance can lead to personal growth, fulfillment, and the triumph of the human spirit. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content.